Hello, great ambassadors. You're welcome to Mathematics Episode 3. Please get your writing materials, your textbook. We're using Iconic Shower's Mathematics Textbook for Primary Skills, Book 6. Get your engagement exercise book, as all writings should and must be done only in your engagement exercise book. Refuse to be distracted. Pay attention for proper understanding. Let's begin. Our topic for episode 3 is algebraic expressions. Algebraic expression. During and at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define algebraic expressions and solve simple equations. Algebraic expression is found on page 279 of your mathematics textbook, chapter 28. What are algebraic expression? An algebraic expression is an expression that comprises both numbers and variables, together with at least one arithmetic operator. An algebraic expression is an expression that comprises both numbers and variables, together with at least one arithmetic operator. Let's look at the example there. We have a variable x, we have numbers 7 and 10, and we have an arithmetic operator minus. A variable can be defined as an unknown value. It could represent any number. A variable is an unknown number that could represent any number. Let's continue. We'll do some exercises on arithmetic algebraic equation. Let's do an example of an algebraic equation. This is an example of algebraic expression. 5xy plus z. If x is equal 6, y equals 7, and z equals 1. What we expected to do is to substitute the values of those alphabets. We have here 5 times x is 6 times y is 7 plus z is 1. So we multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 times 7 is 210 plus 1. Final answer, 211. We have gotten the answer by substituting the values of the variables. We substituted the values of the variables and we got 211 as our final answer. Let's do another example. We have here 8bc raised to power 2 if a is equals 4, b equals quarter, and c equals 5. Let's solve this together. A is 4, so we say 4 times b equals 1 over 4, and c squared is equals 5. So we say 5 times 5. Now let's solve this. 4 cancels itself. We are left with 1 times 5 times 5, and that final answer is 25. This is how simple algebraic expressions and equations can be resolved. Let's look at this. Please note, when we'll be going into the deeper section of algebraic expression, you have these arithmetic operators here. When we have minus times minus, what you're expected to do is plus. When you have minus and plus, what we expect you to do is you subtract. Minus minus is equals plus. When we have two minuses, what you should do in that operation is you add. When we have minus and plus, you subtract. When you have plus and plus, you add. And when you have plus minus, you subtract. When we move further, you will understand better what we are showcasing here. Simple equation. A simple equation says that two things are equal. It will have equals sign, just as you've seen there. For example, we have here x plus 6. X plus 6 is equals 8. That means whatever is on the left side is equals what is at the right side. So when solving simple equations, if you do something to one side of the equation, you must do the same thing to the other side. Doing the same thing to both sides of the equation, for example, adding 4 to each side, keeps the equation balanced. That is what makes simple equation. Let's look at a proper definition here. Part of an equation. An example is written here. We have here 7x minus 4 equals 10. 7x minus 4 equals 10. Equation is made up of various parts. We have here the coefficient 7. Why is 7 called the coefficient? Because it's the one multiplying with the unknown variable. X is the variable because it is unknown, while 7 is the number standing with the variable. So thus 7 is a coefficient of x. And we have two constants here. We have 4 and 10 as the constants here. We also have an arithmetic operator minus. So a variable is a symbol for a number we do not know yet. It's a symbol, a letter that represents a number that we do not know yet. It is usually a letter X or Y. A number on its own is called a constant. That means 4 and 10 are constants because they are on their own, while a coefficient is a number used to multiply a variable. Like earlier explained, 7 is the number multiplying with the variable, so 7 is the coefficient of x. 7 is a coefficient of x. Now let's look at simple equation and see how we can solve that together. We have here 40 is equals t minus 40. 40 is equals t minus 40. Now remember we said in simple equation, the equal sign here means whatever we do to the right, we do to the left. Let's do an example of addition and subtraction of simple equation. Number 1, 40 is equals t minus 40. This question sincerely means that 40, which is at the left, this 40 is equals whatever will be happening here. Let's do that together. What I mean here is, to find what t is, we bring t to stand alone. Is equals 40 plus 40, and this will give us 80. Now, if you substitute the value of 80 to where t is, that means 80 minus 40 is still 40. If you substitute 80 at this point where t is, we'll be having 80 minus 40. And we know that 80 minus 40 is still equals 40. Do we understand? Now let's look at question 2. Q plus 19 is equals 38. Q plus 19 is equals 38. So we have here Q is equals 38. When plus crosses the sign of equality, it subtracts. So we have minus 19. Final answer is 19. Equally, if you substitute 19 here, that means our Q is 19. If you substitute 19 here, this means 19 plus 19 will still give you 38. Having understood that, we have come to the end of our part 1, episode 3. Do this homework. Page 280, exercise 1, question G and J. Question 2, page 282, exercise 5, question F and K. Note: do your homework in your engagement exercise book. All writings in this lesson should be done in your engagement exercise book. When you're done with your homework, snapshot the work and send it to my personal chat or to the group chat. Please send it to my personal chat or to the group chat. Do we understand? See you in our next lesson, that is episode 3, part 2. God bless.